The Pied Piper of Hamlin. Once upon a time, there was a small town called Hamlin. This town rested on the banks of a river in Germany. It was a calm and pleasant town. But about 50 years ago, the people made Hamlin dirty and unclean. They started to throw garbage on the roads, outside their house, and everywhere they went. Even the mayor of the city ignored the situation. As an outcome, the city was filled with rats. The people of Hamlin were suffering from diseases spread by rats. The rats were everywhere in the city. They used to bite babies in the cradle, eat cheese in the vessels, and open the crates of salted sprats. They used to make their nest inside the shoes and hats. They were even in meeting rooms, spoiling the conversations with their squeaking and shrieking.
Oh, shoo!
All the citizens rushed to the mayor's palace and asked for help.
Get rid of rats! Get rid of rats! Get rid of rats! Get rid of rats!
The mayor heard the shouting of the mob and came out.
What's the matter? We want you to take action against the rats as soon as possible.
Or we will dismiss your corporation.
We will conduct a meeting to find a solution. Give us some time.
The people were convinced by the mayor's words. The mayor arranged a meeting with the council. Even after long discussions and hourly debates, they couldn't find a solution to the problem. Suddenly, there came a knocking on the door.
Come in.
A man entered the room, the strangest man anyone had ever seen. He was wearing a peculiar long coat, having half part red and half part yellow. He was skinny and tall. His fingers were wiggling impatiently as if to be playing on a pipe.
Have you run away from the circus?
The entire hall started laughing.
People call me the Pied Piper. I have a secret charm to summon all creatures on the earth. Any creature who creep, swim, fly, run, or walk. I use my charm on creatures who are harmful, like moles, toads, newts, vipers, and rats.
Rats? You can summon rats? But how do we believe you?
I freed the people of the African town from a huge swarm of gnats. In an Asian town, I rescued people from vampire bats. I roam around the world to rescue people from creatures.
Okay, show us your charm and free us from these rats. Shoo, shoo.
Definitely, sir. But for that, will you give me 1,000 guilders?
Yes, of course. Anything you want. What do you say, council members?
The council approved mayor's decision.
You may start the work now.
The Pied Piper stepped out on the street and smiled. He pulled out his pipe quietly. He started to play 3 shrill notes on the pipe. Like magic, all the rats came tumbling out of the houses, out from the shoes and hats, leaving the food they were gnawing. Gray rats, white rats, brown rats all came on the street, running. They all started to follow the piper. Step by step, they marched through the town until they came to the river. The people of Hamlin were enjoying the sight with their mouth and eyes wide open. Whoa! The piper jumped on the stone in the water and stood on it playing the pipe. Rats blindly fell into the river and drowned. One after the other, they were jumping into the water unknowingly. Soon, there were no rats on the bank. Hamlin was freed from rats.
Hooray! No more rats! No more rats! Hooray!
Pied Piper went to the mayor for his reward.
I have done my job. It's time for you to keep your promise. Give me the price.
You did a wonderful job, but 1,000 guilders for a task for a couple of hours is not worth it. It's a big amount of money to pay in a day.
You are breaking your promise.
I will pay you 100 guilders, which is more than enough for a day's work.
This is not right. I will show you what I can do.
Stupid Pied Piper like you can't harm a single brick in this town. Take this money or leave the town.
The Pied Piper left the hall. He came onto the street and pulled out his pipe again. He put it on his mouth and started playing, but this time the tune was different. One by one, the children turned their head and started to walk towards the piper. The piper started walking, and the children followed him. Their parents and guardians were stunned with the tune and couldn't move from their places. The piper's tune made them numb. The Pied Piper walked across the river bridge and marched towards the mountain. As he reached to a mountainside, a mysterious portal opened in the mountain. The piper went inside and the children followed him. The door shut tight behind them. The only one left outside the portal was a lame boy who couldn't reach before it got closed. As the tune stopped, the people ran towards the mountain. They found only one child near the mountain, so they asked about the other children.
They all went into a portal, and the portal got shut before I could reach.
But why were you all following him?
Zaton promised us to lead to a wonderland where all the chocolates, cookies, and cakes grow on trees. It even told me that I can run on my feet everywhere. But the music stopped suddenly, and I found myself in front of this mountain.
The people felt sad and started crying for their children, but it was of no use.
Oh, my child! Come back! Come back!
They called the mayor and blamed him for everything.
I have lost my child too. I'm sorry for everything I've done. I have brought you 1,000 guilders. Please give us our children back. Come back wherever you are, Pied Piper.
To their surprise, the Pied Piper came out walking from behind the mountain. Everyone was relieved after seeing him.
Oh, we are glad you came back. Where are our kids?
They are all safe and happy. They will come back once you fulfill your promise.
The mayor gave him 1,000 guilders, and immediately the portal appeared in the mountain. Children came out running and hugged their parents.
Mother, Father, Mommy, Daddy, Granny.
Pied Piper, I thank you on behalf of this whole town. Thank you for rescuing us from the rats and giving back our children. I will never break a promise in the future.
You all will lose your children, and the rats will also come back.
What?
What?
Why?
Your city is so unclean. This attracts vermin like rats and insects. They will spread diseases in your town, and soon your kids will be sick. This will cause you to lose them.
I, the mayor of this city, take responsibility to keep the city clean.
We will throw garbage in the dustbins only and do everything we can to keep our city free of rats and diseases.
Yes!
Yes.
He's right!
He is right.
Okay then, it's time for me to say goodbye.
The Pied Piper left the town, and Hamlin became a clean town, as it was 50 years ago.